Hold me. Hold me. I'm feeling a woman's touch. Huh? Don't do that. No, don't do that. What the fuck is that? What is that? Run!
Hello there, Flip here, and today my Elden Ring video is finally here. Yeah, I fucking vanished. I really wanted to get this video out way earlier, but my lazy ass kept putting off. One, I've been grinding the fuck out of this game on 2 different playthroughs, and 2, because I wanted to support this video with the Genshin video. But you know, there's literally nothing fun to talk about on Genshin. Now, before we start talking about my thoughts on Elden Ring, as always, standard YouTube practices, if at any point during the video you're entertained, make sure to drop a like and even consider subscribing, because I plan to post the rest of my Elden Ring playthrough here. Now back on topic. When deciding on what my first Elden Ring video would be, I first thought of doing just a quick first impressions vid, basically just rounding up my thoughts and telling you how great the game is, and then I realized after writing the script, oh yeah, everybody has already fucking done that. So in a way, I'm sort of happy I held off, as it gave me a much better idea. So I came to the conclusion that I can highlight what exactly I like about this game, which in turn led me to think about how what shines through the most for me also damages mine and most likely some others' experience with the game. Elden Ring is my first From Software type of game, and I've never actually seen any type of gameplay from Dark Souls at all. All I knew is that it was really fucking hard, which is actually a video topic in itself about Elden, but it does indeed live up to it. And I was getting my ass pounded by fucking bats.
Look him on you.
Wolves.
How'd I go? No. I'm dead.
Knights.
Yeah. Are you serious? Are you?
Over and over again. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Not only because it was my first time with these type of games, but I also skipped the tutorial somehow. But yes, I had a few more embarrassing deaths, ran the fate of my first boss, which was so fucking satisfying.
Who swings first? I swing first! I swing first!
Then I got my ass handed to me by Margit. I honestly don't know how I carried on playing. This motherfucker was comboing the shit out of me and was faking me out constantly. And then just to make matters worse, he busted out a piss mallet and tenderized me once I got his health low enough. Weirdly enough, I liked this. Exploring all these new mechanics and being challenged in a fun way while having to learn attack patterns if I wanted to progress. But if I'm being honest, this isn't what has caused me to dump over 100 hours into the game, and it was when I fought and killed Godric in a shocking 3 attempts. Yes, I know I'm amazing at this game, no need to praise me. But after smoking his pack and rolling him up into a remembrance, you could do something in the game that I thought was really cool. And then this is where I started to fall in love with the game. I saw Godric do all these dope fucking attacks, slamming his axe into the ground and then literally wielding a dragon as a weapon. And the game literally gives me the option and the choice to be like him. And if I really wanted to, I could fight like the other bosses I killed and can use the bullshittery they used against me on other enemies. It blew my mind because I don't think I've played a game that does it to this degree. If I see any enemy or boss that does something cool, it means that later down the line I have the ability to fight like them and do the cool things that they do. Hell, even the dragons! If you start butchering them, you can level your stats and start using the dragon attacks like breathing fire and whatnot. You fight an agile creature that can teleport back and forth and start slashing at you with a massive fucking sword. Wow, you get the weapon and now you can do that too. A boss that shoots a literal Kamehameha at you? Great, you can learn that spell and do exactly that. This is my favorite aspect of the game, the sheer amount of build diversity you can have. I like running around with a big sword and slamming shit. That's how I enjoy the game, so when I kill things that also have big shit, I get excited, as it means that sometime later down the line I can use those weapons. Instead of just trying to convey this, let me use a clear example of what I mean, which hopefully some others can relate to.
Before Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture. General Radahn is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot.
Fighting Radahn and experiencing this monster for the first time has to be one of my favorite gaming moments ever. First, the cutscene you get of him and you just see this beast of a man that wants to go like a fucking legend, but no one is strong enough to kill him. Literally amazing. Then you see this man, and I mean, look at him! Look at him! He is dripped immaculately from head to toe. His weapons look amazing too, and then you think he'll have some slow attacks? No. He starts charging at you, flailing these massive swords like they're sticks while he's on a horse. Radahn is actually the GOAT. The moment I saw him, I fell in love. Pause. I admired him. His attacks were cool. He starts using fucking gravity magic when you get his health low enough, and I don't even think I need to talk about this scene right here.
Wait, what? Wait, where'd he go? Is that it?
Everything about this fight and this character build-up was perfect. I couldn't ask for anything better, and as me and Radahn settle it, horse to horse, man to man, after how many tries it took me, I did it. I took Radahn down, and I can now use his swords, wear his armor, later on find out there's gravity spells that replicate his attacks that I could also use, and as I said before, this isn't just Radahn, but literally anything in this game you can build around. There are just so many attack types, spells and playstyles you can experiment with. You are free to play the game however you want, which to me is the game's biggest strength. However, this overinflation of weapons and builds also comes as one of the game's biggest weaknesses with how the game manages to deal with all these builds. Okay, so let me explain a bit more. The reason I play Elden Ring is because the combat is really fucking fun to me, but the thing is, you really aren't able to play the game that you want. It's an illusion of choice with how the bosses in this game are designed. Let's use Radahn's greatswords as an example. With Radahn's greatswords, it gives you the ability Star Scrooge Cry, which like Radahn does, you let out a massive pulse of energy and drag enemies in, then you slam down with a powerful hit. It looks and feels absolutely amazing against a group of trash mobs and human to average sized enemies, but you can't use this against bosses. If I were to go up to, let's say, Morgott and use this ability, I would get mollywhopped so fast it's ridiculous. Bosses that are on your level will quite literally two-shot you. There is no realistic chance you will ever be able to pull off this ability in a boss fight without getting folded. The only opportunity I can really think of is when you break an enemy's stance, but at that point you would just use a critical attack. The bosses in this game attack you so quickly and for so much damage, you actually can't use half the abilities you've acquired. Most of the combat against bosses, which mind you, is the most content in the game, is going to be using light attacks, jumping light attacks, guard counters, occasional jump heavies, and that's about it. The most used Ash of War in this game is a different dodge variant. The game gives you boss abilities, but the problem is, you aren't a boss. You don't have that much poise or HP to pull off attacks this powerful and get away with it. So at this point, why even give us these tools if at most it's going to be used against, what, a group of knights? It's an illusion of choice. And I know I'm probably inciting people to tell me to get good in the comments and just learn the boss patterns, which is what I'm doing, but no amount of dodging and weaving is going to allow me to pull off a full Star Scrooge Cry. Hell, you can't even initiate attacks against 90% of the bosses in this game because there's an uncertainty in whether they will attack you or not. The best course of action is to react to the boss's move, get like 2 hits at most, and then you wait for the next attacks. You are completely reactive when doing melee builds, which is what I primarily play with. I ended up making a second playthrough. I'm basically just abusing faith incantations and it has gone so much smoother, it's ridiculous, but I don't really enjoy playing like this all that much. I just use a summon to take aggro, then charge up a spell, run away when the boss gets aggro on me, and then repeat until I'm out of mana or the boss dies. I beat Radahn in 5 tries. It took me around 30 on my first playthrough and I was at a higher level. You simply just can't beat this game with what you want, not without having an immense amount of skill or game knowledge, or if the way you like to play involves powerful sorceries or incantations. I probably am going to make a sorcery playthrough as well and see how that differs from faith and strength after I beat the game at least once. But as someone who wants to run around with a massive greatsword and use strong gravity magic like Radahn does, which again, the game gives you the option to do so, I don't like how you can't play this way without getting punished by a majority of the bosses. And if I'm being fair, this also applies to incantations, bloodhounds, Crucible Knight, the bell-bearing bitch, Black Knife assassins. Any boss that is hyper aggressive will fuck spellcasters up unless they use summons to take aggro. So this isn't just the melee build issue either. I'm about to fight Morgott on my main playthrough, and if I go in there with the greatsword, I will get bodied. I'm going to probably change my build entirely just to fight this fucker, but besides all the bitching I just did, I love this game. It's by far the greatest game I played in a long time, without a doubt. I kinda just wish that I could actually use a lot of the stuff the game offers me, and it is at least viable for all the encounters, as having to cycle between builds and weapons just doesn't seem fun. I again have to state that I love this game and will carry on playing it. I'm addicted. I will probably play the game the moment I'm done with this. I'm probably playing it right now. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe and comment what you think about this topic, as I hopefully would believe it's not just me who thinks this way. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Stay with me, little bitch, yeah, you know that I'm your man. You be capping like a snitch, no thoughts, no stamps. New hoes, 10 toes, new guac, new bands, new whip, new chips, new kicks. Jackie Chan, that she pay. Bad bitch, no bag, I just hit another lick and she be counting